success does not come from what we do occasionally, but it comes from what we do consistently. I'm happy to welcome you all to the second special Sunday series. And this second special Sunday series will be on English. The resource person of the day is Ms. Sheba Sujit. We have here Ms. Sheba Sujit on the session. And now, without much ado, let us start the session now. With a great mindset on this Sunday, you people, you students, are going to learn something great, which is going to help you during the point of examination. Is it clear, children? So don't think that even on Sundays, we are supposed to listen to classes. It is a very good time in investing for learning. And this is the full-fledged effort of our principal, sir. Before we start the session, let us hear few words from our principal, sir.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Happy morning,
I
sir.
welcome. Happy morning, and I welcome Shiba, madam. Very good morning to you. Is she online?
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, madam. I spoke to your principal, and he spoke really high about you.
Thank you,
And he
sir.
said she's the most talented staff in the school, and it's a great pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
And
much.
even in the coming days, we want to use the expertise of your subject.
Definitely, sir.
Okay, students, make big use of this. Kindly make a note of that. And ma'am has got a rich experience and she wants to share some of it. And if you have got any doubts, please do ask it at the end of the session. Clear? Okay, have a happy session. Okay, Sasi madam, over to you. Carry on.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And it is now a great time to introduce the resource person to you, ma'am. Sheba, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Just say hello to our students, ma'am. It's the time for me to introduce you to the audience.
Yeah, hello, children.
Yes. So, as Balachandran sir told and as principal sir told, Miss Sheba Sujit, she is an eminent person who has got 22 years of experience in teaching field. And now she is working for a school in Bangalore. And you all know that, as sir told you, she is a question paper setter, and she has holded a good position of evaluating the papers. And I think so, this session is going to be useful to you. The topic she is going to highlight is direct and indirect speech. So children, get ready, follow the session meticulously, take down notes, and wherever you have doubts, you can get it clarified from her. Students, are you ready for the session?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, Sheba, ma'am, shall we go ahead with the session, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am. Of course.
Yes, ma'am. The session is over to you.
Thank you. So, good morning, children.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Happy morning.
Happy morning. So, first of all, I want to appreciate you for being here on Sundays. I feel really happy to see that children are so dedicated and so excited to learn. So, as for me, take this. You take this not as a class. Just enjoy whatever is there in the class. Don't take it that somebody is teaching me. Just take it that somebody is discussing something with me. So I will be dealing with reported speech, but I am under the assumption that you already know reported speech. So I'll be going through certain essentials which we should know before learning reported speech. So I can see some of you on this screen. I don't know you personally. So whenever you have a doubt, you can ask me, or wherever you need further clarification, you can ask me. So whatever I'll be dealing in the beginning, I'll be dealing in a way that it's all familiar to you. So if at all you feel that you need further classification there, you have to ask me. Okay, feel free to ask me. Don't feel tensed. Be relaxed and treat me as your friend. So you can ask me anything. Only thing is you have to concentrate and you have to make better use of whatever you're getting. And if you're not getting anything new, you can feel free to ask me that, ma'am, we already know this. You can go forward. So shall I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, and whenever I ask you a question, I mean, whenever I ask one of you to reply, as I don't know your name, I can see some name here, Nitya, Pranali, Dikshit, Muhammad Sameem, Vishal, Harshini, Shama, all these names. I won't be calling any names, but I would like to call children by name. But okay, so shall we start? Shall we start?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
mean, I don't want to give any further introduction, and only one problem that I'm facing is like I'm not familiar with Google Meet. I am familiar, like in our school we are teaching in Microsoft Teams. So if you find I mean, I might take, I mean, it will be sometimes a bit delayed, so please bear with me for that. So
Okay, ma'am.
okay, so have you learned reported speech, children, before? Have you learned reported speech? Can I get a yes or no from you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You have already learned. You know how to do it. Okay, I know that reported speech is such a topic that you'll always have doubts, right? So I'll try to make it clear for you as far as possible. So to learn reported speech, first of all, you should know about tense. You know about tense? Do you know about tense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
we will just brush up your information about tense once. Can you see my screen?
No, ma'am.
It's coming.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
coming. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
it's coming. Yes. So
Yes,
we will
ma'am.
simply brush up, your knowledge about tense very fast.
Present
Yes.
tense, past, future, ma'am.
Very good. Very
All
good.
the tense contains simple present tense, past, simple past, simple future, present perfect, past perfect, future perfect,
Wonderful.
uh, present continuous, past continuous, future continuous,
Wonderful.
present perfect continuous, and
Wonderful.
past perfect continuous,
Hmm.
future perfect continuous.
May I know your name?
Ma'am,
May I know your name?
Hemant, ma'am.
Hemant. Wonderful, Hemant. Good
Thank you.
effort. That is exactly what I'm going to show you. Like if anybody has any doubt here, please clear it that we have actually three tenses like present, past and future. And as you know, the tenses connects with time. It refers to time. So these things you have already learned. So in every tense, in present, we have 4 subdivisions. In past, we have 4 subdivisions. And in future, we have 4 subdivisions. Altogether, we can say that we have 12 forms of verb, 12 forms of using an action. Okay. In this, future perfect and future perfect continuous is rarely used. Like you can find it in literature, in some other places, but not in normal speech. So normally we don't use, can you see my screen? Can you see me also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
is this clear to you? Let's simply go. See here, this is again a brushing up of your idea. It's very easy. If you look at it, it's following a pattern, right? See, simple present tense. Can you see that? Can anybody read that present simple forms? In that grid will fall in
Present
the,
in
yeah. Can
root
anybody?
form of the verb
Verb.
V1, walk slash walks. Example,
Yes.
she walks, they walk.
And can you tell me why walk and walks? In present tense form, present tense, simple present and present continuous always carries
Singular and plural.
singular and plural. Very good, very good. So I can move on very fast because you people are very fast. Okay. So when you move on to past simple, it is V2 and we don't have two verb forms there. We have only one verb form. The subject is singular or plural doesn't matter. It will take V2. What do you mean by V1, V2 and V3? I'll be talking a lot about that in between. So what is
Verb 1, verb 2, verb 3.
verb 1?
Ma'am, it is simple word, ma'am.
Yes, present
For
form.
run,
Infinitive
sa.
form. Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Infinitive form. Only two forms are there. Then past tenses. It is not past tense, past form. Past form is
Ran.
V2. Run, ran, or walk,
Yes, ma'am.
walked. So there are regular verbs and irregular verbs, that also you know. Walk, walked, walked is regular verb which takes ed to form the past tense. There are irregular verbs like write, wrote, written, which doesn't form a single pattern to form the past and past participle. And what is V3? I would like to know what is V3.
Past participle, ma'am.
We call it as past participle. Past participle is used for, past participle is even used in, present tense. Present perfect past participle is used. So past participle doesn't denote a particular verb form. It has many uses in English. Past participle has many uses. It is even used as an adjective, children. Can anybody tell me? Let me see if you are so advanced. Past participle. For example, the word broken. Can you use it as an adjective? Just try. Broken. Can you see my action? If this is broken, what will you call this? What will you call this? If this is broken.
Broken pen.
Broken pen. Right. Broken is an adjective there, right? So past participle has a lot of functions in English grammar, English language. It doesn't actually connect with any tense. It is used in every tense, right? Okay. So you want me to go further here? Like, present tense we have done. Then continuous forms. In continuous forms in present, we use totally 3 auxiliaries: is, are, and am. And this am is very special. You know why? Am is used only with
I, ma'am.
I.
I.
Denote.
So, I is a VIP. So he has his own auxiliary. He'll not have to share it with he or she. Will not have to share with. So always understand that I is very important. Okay, that was on a lighter note. So is, are, am plus V1. Always be sure that with this auxiliaries, you'll use only V1 plus ing. Walking, is walking, are walking. Okay, and one more extra information I'm going to give you is, if you want to write down somewhere, you can write down. If you use this ing form without this is, are, am, or any auxiliary, we call it as, it is not used as a verb normally. We call it as participle. Sometimes gerund. I'm just giving you an extra information because you all know this. For example, smoking is injurious to health. Smoking. The word smoking, is it a verb there? Is it a verb there? Smoking is injurious to health. It's a noun. It's the name of a habit, right? It's the name of a habit. So without these auxiliaries, if you use ing, it will be something else. Always use auxiliaries to denote continuous tense. So here in present, we will be using is, are, am. You know why is, why are, why am, and in past we'll be using was, were, and in future we'll be using will or shall plus be plus ing form. Can anybody tell me why this be is here? Why can't it be will or shall plus ing? Will writing. Why? anybody? Just write.
Future.
It's future, I understand, but my question is, with these two
Can
auxiliaries,
happen or cannot happen.
yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with the action. It has something to do with these two things. We call it modal auxiliaries. Will, shall, modals. Have you learned modals? Will, shall, can, could, may, might. Yeah. So these
Yes, ma'am.
models will take only V1 with it. It will not take any other thing. Will eat. It will never take will ate or will eating. So here this model said that, okay, even though you want to form continuous tense, I will not take ing form. Right? So we have introduced a B in between. B is V1. After that, we have introduced, okay, don't get confused. So perfect forms, see, have, has or have plus V3, past participle. Okay, here in past, had plus V3. I have given examples also. She has walked, they have walked. As you said, she is singular, has, they plural, have. Okay, in past it is only had. There is no difference between singular and plural and past. No discrimination, right? See, present tense is very orthodox. We used to call it. See, these orthodox people are very, discriminating in nature. They will discriminate you according to your gender. They will discriminate you according to your, right? But past tense is very, very modern. No discrimination here. Only past continuous is little bit orthodox, right? Can you understand what I'm telling, children? I'm
Yes,
just,
mom.
I'm just trying to make it sound a little bit interesting for you. So present tense is very orthodox. Past tense is very advanced, like you, right? So past tense does not discriminate. If you think like this, you will remember it better. So then future perfect, I'll not talk about that. Then perfect continuous. So all these has specific uses. I am not going for uses because we are not learning tense now. We are learning reported speech. So perfect continuous will have both the features of perfect and continuous, right? Perfect and continuous. He has been walking. They have been walking. Has or have plus been plus ing form of the verb. Then he had been walking. In past perfect continuous, it is had. Instead of has or have, it is had. Had been plus ing form of the verb. He had been walking. Okay. So shall we move on to the next slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, mom.
Okay. So this is the first thing that you should keep in mind. You should have a perfect knowledge about tense before reporting something. Then another thing that you should keep in your mind is types of sentences. You should also know types of sentences before reporting something. Okay? Right? All right? No answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
How many types of sentences are there in English? Somebody answer instead of Hemant.
Four.
I'm not discouraging because Hemant got one chance. I want somebody else to speak up. Yes, tell me. Who will tell me?
Interrogative, exclamatory, ma'am. Imperative sentence.
Wonderful, wonderful. And one more?
Declarative, ma'am.
Very good, very good. Who is that? May I know your name?
Harshini, ma'am.
Harshini, wonderful Harshini. I'm so happy that first time it was a boy, second time it is a girl, then it should be a boy, right? Okay, so let me see. So we have 4 types of sentences. First type is assertive, or you can call it declarative. Second type is, there is no second, third type. Interrogative. Interrogatives means, okay, assertive means, what is assertive?
Ma'am, assertive express an opinion, ma'am. It's a simple sentence.
Okay, it
It is a
expresses.
statement.
Yes,
Just like
it's a statement. It expresses an opinion. It cannot be like interrogative, can also sometimes express an opinion, no problem. But assertive actually is a statement. Okay, we will go with that. Interrogatives are most interesting. You hate interrogative and you love interrogatives. You hate interrogatives when it is asked in the class, right?
No, ma'am.
You don't. You love. Okay. And you love interrogatives when you have to ask or when you have to question something. Right? Why is it like this? Why am I not allowed? Right? So interrogatives are really interesting. So which are interrogatives?
questioning.
Questions. Very good. Questions. Right. Then we will go to imperative. What is imperative?
Orders.
Orders, commands, requests,
Command, request.
advices, suggestions, all these can be imperatives, right? Very good. So you're thinking that ma'am is teaching us something that we already know, but still, okay, there might be someone. So first we will discuss about assertive or declarative sentences, or you can call it statements. So assertive sentences are, what are they? Assertive sentences are statements. Statements. Okay. And they end with a full stop normally. Can anybody read the first sentence?
Veera is a very good football player.
Meena is a very good football player. So here we are not giving any commands, we are not giving any orders, we're just stating something that we already know, stating a fact. Okay, Meena is a very good football player. Can anybody give me one more assertive sentence? One more assertive sentence.
Boy is playing in the park, ma'am.
Yes?
The boy is playing in the park.
The boy is playing in the park. Okay. One more. Any other different sentence?
He is a good leader, ma'am.
I want.
He is a good leader. Yeah, come on. You can here see when teacher asks you grammar exam, you can very well, oh, 1 second. It's gone. Yeah. You can very well express all your inner feelings because you can say it in the form of examples. So, yeah. For example, you can say this class is very boring. I mean, actually, I asked you for a assertive sentence, and it is an assertive sentence, correct? But unknowingly, you have expressed your idea. This class is very boring. I cannot blame you, right? So this is an art. This is the art of language, where you can use language in many different ways. So try speaking like that. I mean, on a lighter note. Okay. So one more sentence. Don't go for common sentences. Go for something creative. Yeah.
He plays with passion, ma'am.
He plays
With passion.
with passion. Very good. Any other sentence?
Ma'am, Shiva ma'am teaches us well.
Oh, yeah. In that way also you can play with language. Thank you so much, dear. Anyway, it's an assertive sentence. Okay. So they end with the full stop, right? You made my day. You made me happy. But don't worry, if you give negative comments also, I will not be, sad. Because you are children, you need to be mischievous, right? You should be mischievous. So second type of sentence is interrogative sentences. Okay. Can anybody read this slide for me?
Interrogative sentences are questions. They end in question marks.
Very good. Very good. There are two types of interrogatives. Type 1, can somebody read, and type 2 will be read by someone else. Type 1.
Type 1, while H questions. start with question words. Example, where are you going?
One more example, it is WH questions. There are so many question words in English, but limited question words. Question words are limited. You don't have n number of question words. You have to be satisfied with only these numbers of question words. You may ask 1,000 questions, but you can use only limited question words, right? Can anybody tell me the question words? Which are the question words?
Why,
Where,
Who?
how,
One at a time. One at a
When?
time. Yeah.
When, ma'am.
When,
why,
why,
what,
what,
where,
where,
which,
which,
How?
how,
Who?
who, whose, whom. Okay, there are so many. And can anybody tell me there are certain question phrases using how? Can anybody tell me? Because you have to be very careful sometimes in reported speech, they deliberately ask that. Question phrases with how, starting with how. I'll give you a clue. How many? Come on. Yes. Can you hear me?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes you people totally go blank and I think that you cannot hear me. I'm not audible. Okay. So how many? One more example. Starting with how?
How much?
How much?
How much? Very good. More? Still more are there?
How was, ma'am?
No, not how was.
How do?
No, that is starting with how only. There is no question phrase there. How far? Have you heard about that?
Yes, ma'am.
How far denotes the distance. How far is your house from here? So after how far you have to use the auxiliary. When you say how do, after how you are using the auxiliary, right? How do? So how far is your house from here? So how far denotes distance. How many denotes? How many denotes? Numbers. It is used.
Number.
Countable noun will be the answer for it. And how much denotes
Quantity.
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 Yeah. So uncountable nouns will be the answer of that question. Right. So how far? Then one more.
How
how
old,
is,
ma'am?
Huh?
how is,
How old?
How old? Very good. You know how long?
How well?
How well? Yeah. How long?
How much
Yes,
time
ma'am.
it will take, ma'am?
How much time? Yeah.
Length
How
of the
long
time or
means how
space,
long
ma'am?
means duration, time duration.
Duration.
Yeah, duration of time. You have to be very careful. Sometimes an answer will be given to you. For example, I stayed in Bangalore for 3 years. So they will underline for 3 years and will ask you to frame a question. So what is the question word that you will use there? How long? I stayed in Bangalore for 3 years. 3 years they will underline. So you have to write how long did you stay in Bangalore? Why did? Because the answer is I stayed, right? Got it? Too confusing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm just
Yes,
touching
ma'am.
some points. And one more thing, how often? There is another phrase called as like when you speak about WH, we have to speak
Frequency.
frequency. Very good. Frequency. How often? I go to park twice a week. So the question should be how often do you go to park? Right? So these are all the phrases which we use, question phrases which we use with how. So WH questions, very easy. Then next is yes or no questions. Those are easier than WH questions. It starts with an auxiliary. Like, you know, every WH question also has an auxiliary. See, for example, the sentence, why are you afraid? Question. Okay. Why are you afraid? So you have to give a reason there. Just remove why from it. Are you afraid? Is it a question, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It's also a question. So when you take out the auxiliary from, question word from a question, it becomes yes or no question. Not always, but sometimes. So remember that after the WH question also, you have to, WH words also, you have to use the auxiliary. Okay, that is a rule of question. So yes or no questions starts with any auxiliary verb. Did you go to school today? So can you ask some WH questions and yes or no questions? Ask with how far, how long, how often. Simply. You can irritate me also by asking questions. Let me see who is creative. For example, why did you come to teach us? Something like that. Okay. No questions?
How often will you teach?
How often do you?
You will teach.
How often do you? You have to use a, okay, will you? How often you, it's not you will, it is will you. How often will you teach in a day? Yeah. How often will you teach in a day? Okay. Nice question. I don't have to answer, right? Okay. So one more question with WH, one more WH question. All are sleeping, I think. Shashi ma'am told you that there are 55 in the class, right? 55 students. So till now, I think I heard the voice of almost 10 of you. What about others? Maybe it's only 3 or 4. Actually, I'm not familiar with you.
Ma'am,
Yes.
excuse me.
Yes, dear.
Why did you choose English subject to teach, ma'am?
Very good. Why did you choose English subject to teach? Nice question. If you want me my answer, without English you cannot learn anything else, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, leave it. So yes or no questions. Ask some yes or no questions. We have
Do
to.
you like ice
Do you like?
cream?
Wonderful. Do you like ice cream? Of course, I like.
Ma'am, do you like teaching us?
Wonderful question. Of course, I like teaching anyone. And actually, I'm teaching, first time I'm teaching some students from Tamil Nadu. I'm very happy. Okay. Anyway, so these are interrogative sentences and you know very well to use it. Then imperative sentences. Imperative sentences are commands, requests, advices. See, oh, they end. Okay, I missed out E and D. Yesterday night at 12 o'clock, I was typing and I missed out. If you find any such missing letters, please inform me. They end with a full stop or sometimes exclamation marks. Okay. So they are commands, requests, advices. Right? Okay, can you give me an example of an advice that often teachers do you and which you hate? You hate advices, right?
Improve your handwriting, ma'am.
Improve your handwriting. Me too hate advices, children. People tell me that improve your handwriting and I hate that. I'm happy with my handwriting. Okay, anyway, so people advise you out of love, like they want you to improve, right? But we don't realize that. Okay, anyway, requests, commands. Normally, who requests you, children, on a lighter note?
Friends and
Friends. And who commands, who orders you?
Teachers,
Parents.
parents,
Teachers, ma'am.
Parents orders you.
elders, ma'am.
Oh my God. You know, parents, normally parents are now in the request mode. Just think, morning, please have this breakfast, child. Please have a glass of milk. Don't you think so? Parents are in a request mode and you are in a commanding mode now. Give me with more sugar, otherwise I'll not drink. Right? Which is request, which is command? Okay, on a lighter note. All right, so we are not talking about exclamatory sentences, as we will not have that for the exam now. So now we will directly, now you understood what is tenses and what is types of sentences. Already you know it. It was just brushing up your previous knowledge. So now we will start how to report. Okay, I have very less time. I have to okay, so how will you report statements, questions, and imperatives, and what are the main things to keep in mind while reporting? So if you find it useful, please take a screenshot or you can write down. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So statements. See, the important thing is when you report each of these types of sentences, you report it in a different way. The changes that happens is different. So we have to take each one of them. And before that, I'll show you the tense change. Like tense change happens in everything. When you report statement, when you report question, when you report imperative, there is no tense change. But when you report a statement, when you report a question, there is tense change that is happening. Do you know about the tense change? So first we will see the tense change and then we will come back to reporting. Okay, you want to see the tense change that is happening? I've just go to a video. So for that, I think I'll go back to share the audio. I'll go back and I'll present the tabs. 1 second. These are all yesterday's research. I was researching yesterday as to how to share the audio. So, oh my God, it won't come. No audio. Sorry, children. 1 second. I'll start once more. Okay. Here we have audio. So I'll share you a video, just a video. It's a YouTube video. There are so many videos available in YouTube, and this easily explains the tense change. Right. So shall I play? I'll stop after
Yes,
a
ma'am.
little bit, and then I'll ask you if it is audible. If it is not audible, again I'll share. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Tense changes.
Is it audible?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Just pay attention. Just pay attention.
In reported speech. Direct speech. Reported speech. Present simple. She always wears a coat. To past simple. He said that she always wore a coat.
I would like to interrupt here a little bit. See, when you report something from direct speech to reported speech, when you report a simple present tense sentence, it will change into simple past sentence. Okay, she always wears a coat was the first sentence. It changed into wore. That is past. Okay. Now this is reported speech. This side it is reported speech. So continue watching.
Present continuous. I'm looking for my keys. Past continuous. She said that she was looking for her keys. present perfect. She has written 3 letters for her friend. Past perfect. He said that she had written 3 letters for her friend. Past simple. My friend gave me a bar of chocolate. Past perfect. He said that his friend had given him a bar of chocolate. Will. I will finish my report in 2 days.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'll just fast forward it a little bit. It's already 11:42, so we have to move fast. I think there was a network issue. 1 second.
Shiva ma'am, sorry for the interruption. Even if you would like to continue another 15 minutes, we can proceed, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If the children doesn't hesitate, I would like to. My pleasure.
Yes, yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, come on, play it fast. It's not playing. See, these videos are sometimes very mischievous, just like you, children. Okay, so it's not playing. Anyway, I'll just type it for you. So as you have seen, can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are the changes? What are the changes? Simple present is, can you see? Shall I increase the font? Can you see now? Simple present is changed into?
Ma'am, I cannot see what you're typing.
You can't see what I am typing?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't see?
Not visible, ma'am.
Okay. Can you see something? Like if I increase the font size, can you see? Let me see 1 second.
Kaushika ma'am, can you help ma'am? In what way? Kaushika ma'am?
Can you see now? Can you see now?
Ma'am, it is in the same screen, ma'am. You tried to play a video, no? It is in the same screen now.
That YouTube video.
Okay,
YouTube video.
Okay,
Yes,
right. I'll have to share again. 1 second.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am. You have to
one
start again.
second, 1 second. I'll present once more. Yeah, that was played in a tab. I have to share my screen now. Thank you for reminding me that. Yes, right. So now you will be able to see. Can you see now?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful, wonderful. So simple present will change into simple past. So just see that the tenses are changing into its corresponding past. Okay. So tell me, what will present continuous change into?
Past continuous.
Wonderful. Let me reduce the font a little bit. Now you can see, right? Can you see now? It's okay. Present. I'm very slow in typing actually. Present continuous will change into?
Past continuous.
Yes. Past continuous. Then present
Perfect.
Perfect.
perfect will change into
Past perfect.
Past perfect. Okay, that much. Perfect continuous, they are also not stressing, will not stress. Present perfect continuous will change into past perfect continuous. See, they are changing into corresponding past tense. Simple present will never change into past continuous. Simple present will change into only simple past. Now, okay, we have done all these things. Present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous will change into past perfect. Tell me.
Continuous.
Past perfect continuous.
Past perfect continuous. Okay, so present perfect continuous will change into past perfect continuous, right? Okay, font I have to reduce a little bit more. All right, no problem. Now I want to ask you about what about okay, these are the present sentences. So if the sentence is in simple past, sentence can be in simple past also, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what will it change into?
Past perfect.
Past
ma'am.
perfect.
Oh, wonderful. So those who don't know, please children, some children really know this. So those who don't know can please pay attention. Past perfect. So that is all for tense change. This is the tense change. Okay. Of course, past continuous will change into past perfect continuous. Okay. Past continuous will change into all right. That also I'll type.
Past perfect continuous.
Yes, very good. Past continuous will change into past perfect continuous. All right. So this is the change. After this, it will not change. The sentence can be past perfect itself. Then it will not change. It will remain the same. So these are the tense change. That is all about tense change. So when you report a statement, you have to keep in mind about 6 important things. What are the 6 important things? First one is, can anybody read this? What are the 6 important things? Reporting verb. What do you mean by reporting verb? See, if you remember these things, then it will be very easy for you to change. See, after changing, you just check, have a checklist like, did I change the reporting verb? Did I change the connector, or did I add a connector? Did I do the tense change? Did I do the pronoun change? Did I do the time expression change? So which is the reporting verb, children? The reporting verb, see, there will be 2 verbs. When you report, there will be 2 verbs. Which are the 2 verbs?
Said and cleaning.
Amal said that his brother was cleaning. Don't ever say cleaning alone. I told you it is was cleaning. So this said is, it is called as reporting verb, and this is the main verb. Was cleaning is the main verb. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Right. So first thing is, like, when you report a statement, that is when you report a declarative sentence and assertive sentence, the reporting verb that we use is said, told, replied, and answered. Many other reporting verbs. Nowadays people say that there are so many other reporting verbs, like said is dead. That is what we call said is dead. There are so many other reporting verbs. You know about that? You can use many other reporting verbs. We call as said is dead. Can you see this image? What I'm showing?
Yes, ma'am.
Said is dead. See, affirmed, agreed, announced, argued, articulated. See, asked is for question. So croaked, defined, demanded. So you can use any of these. So I am just giving you the, stock things like normal things. Okay, where is our window? Yeah. So said, told, replied, answered, and now you know that it is not only these, there are so many other things that you can use. Okay, and connector. See, connector is very important. The connector is the thing which connects this verb to this verb. There are two verbs. So a connector is a must in when you report a statement. See, here we are connecting two verbs. Okay, and in a statement, the connector is always that. So remember that only in statements and exclamatory sentences we use that as connectors. Okay, then tense change. Tense change, just now we have seen what is the tense change. Here, is cleaning is changed into was cleaning. Was cleaning. Okay, so these are the main important things that you have to keep in mind while reporting statements. When you report question, there is one more thing that you have to keep in mind. So what are the things when you have to keep in mind when you report a statement, children? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? You've got thinking mode? Yes, come on. Reporting verbs, it's here. You have to only read this. Reporting verb, connector,
Tense change.
Tense change. What do you mean by pronoun change? See here, my brother is a verb, is a noun. It is changed into he, like his brother. My is changed into his. So that you don't have to learn. My will be changed into his, you will be changed into he. Don't learn automatically. Just do it according to the context. Okay. Amal said that my brother was cleaning the room. You know that it will not be true. It should be his brother, right? Amal is talking about his brother. So that you do according to your common sense. Then time expression change. You know that if it is today, it will be changed into this day, tomorrow, next day, yesterday, previous day. So there are so many changes. So that too you have to do according to your common sense. Okay. Shall we move on to the next slide? All right.
Yes.
So statement examples. Rupesh, I have written a novel. Who will report this? I forgot to, do the full stop. Who will report this? Can I get an answer fast so that we can move on to the questions? No one? Who will report this? You know that reported speech and you were very active. You were all, Come on. Hemant? I know only the name.
Can I try, ma'am?
Who is that?
Can I try?
Of course you can try because there is no failure or success here. I'm absolutely okay if you do it wrong, right? But your effort is...
Rupesh said that I have written a novel.
Rupesh said that I have written a novel. Anybody has a difference of opinion? Almost. Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Rupesh said that he has written a novel.
He had no.
All right. Very good. So let's see what happens. Okay, one more question. Mother to Amuda. See, children, this is what happens when somebody who doesn't know how to do animation in a slide does it. Like actually, I wanted the first question to come first, but second question came first. I did somehow the animation and it turned out to be like this. Don't laugh at me, please. So, mother to Amuda. You can drive better than Veena. Who will report this?
Ma'am, mother told Amuda she can drive better than Veena.
She can drive better than Veena. So you just think about like whoever did this. What is your name, dear?
Mohita, ma'am.
Mohita, you have done a wonderful effort, Mohita, but can you just think about the connector? You have used the connector. Okay, reporting verb, told. Yeah, said and told, there is a difference. If there is like the object like whom mother had told, you have to say told. If there is only like this, then you have to say said. You are right there. Mother told Amuda that. You have used reporting verb, you have used connector. Did you do the tense change, dear? Just check like that. Pronoun change he has written. You have done. You have changed into she. Come on. Mohita, what is the tense change? You have to apply. Can will change into
Could.
could. Very good. So just remember while doing mother reporting verb. Okay. Told Amuda. Never say told to Amuda. After told we will never use to. Mother told Amuda. Then connector. You have to use the connector. That. Pronoun change. She. Tense change. Could drive better than Veena. Right? Shall we check?
Yes.
Mother told Amuda that she could drive better than Veena. Here there should be a full stop. Again, I missed it out. Sorry for that. Then Rupesh's question. Rupesh said. Rupesh, then connector said. Sorry, reporting verb said. Then that. Then tense change. Pronoun change. I changed into he. Then tense change. Have written will always change into had written. Children, whatever comes with have or has, just change into had. Okay? Whatever comes with have or had, just change it into had. That is so simple. Don't think about the tense also. Whatever changes comes with is or am or are, just change it into was or were according to the. So these are the examples. Okay, we'll go to next slide. This is a little bit more embarrassing thing. WH questions. I took too much time to prepare this slide. So we have one more change here. There is reporting verb, there is connector, there is tense change, and this one, word order change. You know what it is? When you report a question, the reported indirect speech becomes a statement. Okay? When you report a question, it will not remain a question, it will become a statement. So the word order of a question and a statement is different. I'll show you how. Just like if I rush and finish it, you will not understand anything. I'll just show you how it is different. The word order of a question and the word order of a statement. Just see this. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You are happy. Full stop. What is this? What kind of a sentence is this? Is it a question or is it a statement?
Assertive.
Statement.
It is an assertive sentence. It is an assertive sentence. Okay. Now I'll type another thing. This is a question, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the change that I have done?
Changing that word
Ma'am,
order.
word arrangement, ma'am.
Yes, word order is changed, right? So in a question, this auxiliary verb will always come before the subject. Or first there will be the auxiliary. And even if there is question word, it will be why are you happy? Right? Even if there is question word, there will be why are you happy? A is capital, never mind. So immediately after the question word also, you will have the auxiliary, then the subject. But in a statement, the subject will always come in the beginning and then the auxiliary. Got it? Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in that way, if you check, we'll go back. Here, when you when you report a question, we have to change the word order, right? Let's see how it is changed. The question is, father to Tom, where are you going? So first thing is reporting verb. Father asked. Then next thing is what I said is connector. Father asked Tom. Connector. So in a connector to a WH question is always the question word. Whichever is the question word, that is the connector. You are not introducing any connector like that from outside. There is already a connector, so we are using that. Father asked Tom, connector, where he was going. So there is tense change also, word order change also. What is the tense change? Are going changed into was going. Sorry, I have typed it as where going. Are going. Sorry, was going. What is the word order change? In question, it is where are you going? So auxiliary came before the subject, right?
Yes,
In question, it came where he was going. It is not where was he going. If you do like that, it is a mistake. This is the mistake that everybody makes. So you have to remember, just remember my sentence. Are you happy? You are happy. Keep that in mind. Whenever you see a question, that two sentences should pop up in your mind and tell that, okay, I have to do the word order change also. So would you like to try an answer, try a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Or we will type, I'll type you as a question, right? So, mother. Just an imaginary sentence. Okay. I'm not putting the inverted comma because it will take time. How is your day? Mother to Mohita. Yeah, Mohita is in our class, right? All right. How will you report this? Just think about it. Reporting verb, connector, tense change, word order change. Think. Who will tell me? I'll type that. If somebody tells me, I'll type that. Come on. Who will tell me? Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Come on, children. Don't make me sing the song. You will run away. I'll sing songs.
Mother asked.
Okay, wait. Mother asked
Mohita that.
Mohita. Is the connector that?
No, ma'am.
What is the connector? You have learned that now.
How?
How? Mother asked Mohita how.
Her day was.
Very good. Word order change. Her. Like your will change into her. That is pronoun change. Leave that. Her day. Her day is the subject here. Her day. Now is. Is will change into
Was, ma'am.
You got it right. Mother asked Mohita how her day was. So what are the changes that we have done? We have given the reporting verb. Then we have added the connector. We have done the tense change and we have done the word order change. Very good. So you're doing very well, children. But I am worried about the majority of the children in the class. I mean, are you getting any benefit? Like there might be some children who are not responding or not getting anything and afraid to ask. Is there anyone who is not getting this? Like I can share this these slides if you want, or are you taking screenshots so that you will get a clear idea? Are you taking screenshots?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
All right. So shall we move forward the next type? Yes or
Ma'am,
no question? Yes? Yeah.
ma'am,
Some
shall
doubt.
I ask one question?
Wonderful. Yes.
Yeah. Ma'am, in the question, like father said to Tom, where are you going? And at the end, we have a question mark there. So, as and when the students won't put a full stop there, they won't get a marks for CBSE, right, ma'am?
No. Full stop should be there. I missed it out. I told you. Full
No,
stop
no, 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 ma'am.
should be there.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm asking regarding the marks. Like, if there is no full stop.
Marks, I don't think they will be so strict about the, you know, punctuation marks and all. But you should, most, you know, it's good that if you put the full stop, but most, I mean, the main thing that they will be checking is there a tense change? Is there a word order change? Is there a correct reporting verb and correct connected? These are the 4 things that is very important. Punctuation is also equally important, but if at all you leave out the punctuation, don't worry so much. If everything else is okay, you will not be losing the marks. But better do it perfectly. Don't do it like me. Actually, while typing, I forgot to add the full stop. Right. Who is this? The person who asked this?
She's a English teacher, ma'am.
Okay. Nice question, ma'am. Actually, if children do it perfectly, then it is most appreciated. See, what happens is you will not, like, if there is 1 mark for that, they will not cut half mark there. But on the whole, if such mistakes are repeated for a while, then what will happen is altogether they will lose half marks. It's
Yes,
not
ma'am,
that
that's
for
what was
one
my
question they
concern.
will not reduce marks. But if the same mistake, like by mistake also it happens, so same mistake is getting repeated again and again then. And ma'am, the questions won't be coming like this. Questions will be coming as they'll only have to fill in the blanks as per new question paper, as you have told me, Shashi ma'am. In the new question paper, when I have checked, they will be getting multiple choice option also.
Yeah, ma'am, what you are saying is right. Yeah, like it will be like multiple choice questions where you'll get 4 answers, children. You don't want to directly convert it into indirect speech. Anindita, ma'am, are you clear with the thing now?
Yes,
Like, yes, ma'am. And one more thing I would like to add for Sheba, ma'am, also. She told like they will not worry about punctuation marks here. They'll be considering the punctuation marks like inverted commas, comma, but full stop. Yeah, full stop at the end. Full stop at the end. It is not that much needed. That will not make you to reduce your marks.
Yes, and inverted commas and all, especially when you write the story writing is there and all, where there is a dialogue and you forget your inverted commas there, then it is a really minus point. Okay, so but I don't think that like smaller classes, your marks will be reduced for this and that. No, it's not like that. Only if you like your content is most important, how you express it, your language, these things are most important.
Okay. What you say is right, ma'am. And here, when we come to direct indirect speech, double inverted commas, okay, which we add, and the colon which we add plays an important role. At the end, if you're going to have a full stop or not, people don't worry about that invigilators. So correct your paper.
Only thing is, you should not have a question mark here.
Yeah.
See, when you report it should not be a question mark here, because obviously the sentence is changing from interrogative to assertive or declarative. So you should not have a question mark. If you put a question mark here, then it will be a minus point. Okay, so we will go to yes or no questions. As I told you, again, you have to think about reporting verbs, connector, tense change. But connector, here you don't have a question word, so you have to introduce connectors. You know that you use if or whether as connectors. I prefer you using if because there is lesser chance of making spelling mistakes. Okay, so if is better. Shall we go for the example again? Who will read it?
Example question, Manav to Anil, did you complete your course?
Answer.
Answer, Manav asked Anil if he had complete completed the course.
Completed, had completed. Did you complete? Did complete is simple past. It is changed into past perfect. So changes, let us see the changes. Reporting verb is there. Connector is introduced, right? Tense changes. Here tense is did complete to had completed. That means simple past to past perfect. Okay, and word order change. Did he complete change into he had completed. So word order change is also there. Any doubt here? Again, I did not add full stop. I have typed at 12 o'clock at night. Missed it out. I should have been more careful in that. Okay. Any question from here? So only thing is when you report questions, you have to take an extra care about the word order change. Okay. Then last is imperative sentence, and easiest thing. Here again 5, 6 I have copied paste from there. It is 3, 4. Okay. So we have no tense change or no word order change in imperative sentence. Only thing is we have to concentrate a little more in the reporting verbs. It can be requested, ordered, advised, commanded, pleaded, so and so. Okay, and the connector is to, right? Don't think about tense change. Don't think about word order change. So Pranav to Radhika. Please help me in learning the game. Who will read the answer?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Pranav requested Radhika to
Continue.
learning the game.
To help him in learning the game, right? So here, you know, requested is the reporting verb that we have used. Please is here, so we know that it's a request, so we have added requested. And please make very sure that after this reporting verb, never use to. Okay. If you are using the object there itself, Pranav to Radhika, Pranav requested Radhika. If you are not using this Radhika, you can use the to. Then connector to help him in learning the game. So no word order change, no tense change. Only you have to concentrate on what all, children? Can you tell me? Only what you have to concentrate on is reporting verb and connector. Very good, very good. So as we don't have much time, so this is the way you will report. I'll show you type of questions that you may get for the exam. Like, ma'am, have you shown them the question paper, sample question paper?
Yes, ma'am. They know the sample question paper and they know that there is a change in question paper also.
Okay, okay, okay. I would like to show the, 1 second. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Screen is visible.
Yes. So this is the type of question, but for you, it is, you've got it as in the form of a comic strip, but don't think that you will be getting it in the form of comic strip itself. It can change. It is only one way of presenting it. It can be in the form of dialogues or anything. And if you cannot read the comic, you can go for the transcript below, which is for the blind students. Okay. 1 second. Yeah. So this is how, same thing is here. Visually impaired candidates, they will be getting it in Braille or something. So here you got the question, and you know it's very, very easy. You are being given blanks, and each blank has 4 options here. Okay. So shall we, will you, do you want to go for this, children? See, first one we will just see. Shupandi, what are you doing standing all alone here? Right? What are you doing standing all alone here? What type of sentence is that, children?
Interrogative, ma'am.
Interrogative. So I saw Shupandi standing in the field. When I here you have to apply the word order change. You have to apply the tense, only that. After that, it is there, doing there. So here is your options. Exclaimed what he was, told him what he was, asked him what he was. Yes, asked him what he was. Yes. So you know that asked is the reporting verb for an interrogative sentence. You have to check here question marks, and then he was. Right? That word order change, but it is already done for you. So this is going to be very easy for you, children. Formerly, till last year, there were no multiple choice for reported speech. Now they are introducing that, but don't think that you will get multiple choice also. Sometimes you may not get also. So if you get or not get, you will be able to do it, I suppose, if you pay a little bit attention about all these things. So with that, I'm winding up what I have to present to you. There are certain comic strips here. You want to do one, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this one we will just try. We'll just try this one, but I want more participation. Can you see this? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Here is a comic strip. Right. John and Gary Field. Gary Field is a very famous comic strip. You must have seen this, read this. So who is going to be going for the first dialogue?
John.
No. Who is going to read it and report it among you? Come on, children. Somebody please come forward. There is no point in thinking whether I'll make a mistake or not. I don't care if you make a mistake. Don't worry if at all you make a mistake. Please come forward. It's already time up. Yeah.
We should clean the house.
John suggested. Continue. John suggested. What is the connector? That. It can be a statement. Yeah. John suggested that they should. There is no tense change. It is already should. So we cannot change it further. They should clean the house.
Clean the house.
Okay. It can be changed into had to, but no need. You can write should also, no problem. They should clean the house. If it is only have to, some grammarians say that when it is should, you have to change it into had to, but no need. If it is should, you use it as should only. Okay. Then next one, who will do?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes.
John suggested that the house should be clean. Is this sentence correct, ma'am?
That is passive. You are telling it in a passivized way. No need to tell like that. The house should be cleaned. It is passive. Same thing. But we don't have to change it into passive while reporting. John suggested that they should clean the house. See, when you use passive sentence when the subject is not at all important. The house should be cleaned. It doesn't mean that they should clean. Somebody else can also clean, right? But here John is stressing that they should clean. So no need to change it into passive. You can just write it in active itself. Okay. suggesting that they should clean the house. The house should be cleaned is passive. Okay. So second thing we will do, then we will wind up. I'll go for a doubts. So who will read this second dialogue? It's a question.
Why did you do that?
Why did you do that?
Why did you do that?
Yes.
Garfield hit him on the head, so John asked him why he had done that.
Very good. Why he had done that. Wonderful. So with that, okay, there are so many comic strips that I have downloaded, but we didn't get time to do that. No problem. We will just, you can get it, children, you can get it from internet. I mean, Google it. If you Google it, you will get a lot of comic strips to do, and your teacher will be giving it to you. So with that, I am winding up. So if you have any questions, you can come up with the questions. It's already 12:22. I think that I have taken too much of your time and bored you anyway. So can you, if you have any doubt, you can ask.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Students, if you have any doubt, you can get your doubts clarified from Sheba, ma'am. Do you have any doubts, students? Tell me yes or no, so that we will wind up the session. Do you have any doubts to get it clarified from Sheba, ma'am, or shall we wind up the session?
Or any comments that you want to tell me? Or if you want the
okay, ma'am.
PPT.
Like two of our students are here to thank you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Let us hear it from them.
I'll appreciate if they switch on their video, because I can see some faces.
Yes, students who is ready to thank Sheba ma'am for her presentation, just to turn on your videos and you can thank her. Go ahead.
வீடியோ டர்ன் பண்ணுங்கக்கா. வீடியோ ஆன் பண்ணுங்க. வீடியோ ஆன். Thank you, ma'am.
Maitri. Thank you, Maitri. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, you can just
thank you,
mute yourself. Nitya Pranali, will you thank madam for her presentation? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you,
The
Ashwini.
session was really informative and helpful for us. The class on recorded speech have been totally enriching and engaging. The concepts are explained in detail and all our doubts are cleared, ma'am. We just enjoyed learning. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Maitri, will you mute your audio, Maitri?
Yes.
Yes. Sean, will you thank ma'am with few of your words, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. We are very grateful to have you in the Sunday morning, ma'am. I thank you again for spending your valuable weekend by sharing your knowledge with us in English. And we hope use your knowledge that you have shared with us and shine like bright stars and make you feel proud in the future, ma'am. I thank you once again for joining with us in this section.
Thank you, Sean.
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am. A small doubt, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am. We want for spoken English. We want to have a clear idea in grammar part, ma'am. Should we?
Hemant, as for spoken English is considered, like I won't suggest you to go to any classes of spoken English or anything. Instead, Hemant, read a lot. Get exposed to language a lot, and it should you are still 15 years old, so a lot of time is there. Get exposed to language as much as possible. Read a lot. Read contemporary books a lot. Automatically it should come. Like language cannot be taught, it should be acquired. So Hemant, I'm sure that you'll be able to, like, don't worry too much about grammar. See, later on what happens is when you read a lot, when you listen to a lot of language, when you watch movies, these are all interesting ways of learning language. So later on, a stage will come when there is a mistake, you will realize it. Like maybe you won't know the grammar rule, but you will realize that it's a mistake. and you will automatically correct. So that is the best way, the organic way of learning language. So go for that. Read a lot, whatever you get, you read it. I don't want you to read only newspapers. Read novels, like lot of novels, contemporary novels and books and stories. So it will help you. And watch movies, of course.
Yes, ma'am. I was watching English Hollywood movies only. I mean, increasing my level.
Yeah. Hemant, I have studied in a Malayalam medium school. I am from Kerala. I have studied in a Malayalam medium school, not even in English medium school. So because I was interested in language, I was able to develop my language. I am not, as Sir said in the beginning, I am not all in all, or I am not an Encyclopedia Britannica regarding English language, but I can very well fare through, and I can very well, my love of language is leading me through. So definitely you can, Hemant. Nowadays you have a lot of, resources also available. Yeah.
Yes.
So don't go for any artificial method. Go for this organic method of learning.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am.
Yes, sure.
Ma'am, I too have a doubt, ma'am.
Ask me.
Ma'am, even though if we study English or write it perfectly, ma'am, while speaking to crowd or speaking in public places, how to be confident in that, ma'am?
That has nothing to do with your language capability. A person who is very, very capable in language also sometimes go very nervous in the public. So it is about increasing your communication skill, Shan. So try to communicate as much as possible with others. Try to express all your feelings without fear, because nobody is perfect. Whenever you are trying to say something, you always will have a feeling that whether I'll do a mistake or not. See, people out there who are listening to you, they are also not perfect. You are also not perfect. So what matters is your communication. Just communicate honestly. Then you will be able to pour your heart out. So no need to worry about what will happen if I communicate like this and all. If you are honest, even if you go for an interview, people won't look for your, bombastic language or your stylish language. That's what I feel. They will look for how honest you are, how sincere you are, how genuine you are. So, see, no need to have, no need to worry about what other people will think, or go confidently, right? So that you will be able to speak.
Okay. Thank you.
Improve, talk with your students, talk with your friends, improve your communication, try to share your ideas. That's all. You'll develop.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank
you for spending your valuable time with us, ma'am. And it is really difficult to see a practical human being like you. What you are saying is right, ma'am. It is not learning a language. We have to acquire the language. That matters a lot. So our students would have got benefited out of your session. Thank you so much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful time where you have spent with all our lovely students. Before saying a thanks to you, first of all, we have to say thanks to all the lovely students, those who interacted with you so much, and they asked queries also. So your way of answering, your way of delivering the things, and your motivation, interaction with the students was really good. So thank you once again, ma'am. So we will keep in touch with the other standards also.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I find your children very, very inquisitive and very, they really want to grow. So they have that in them. So all the best to them for the coming exam. All the best, children. You all will do.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. The appreciation which you gave for them, it's like a feather on their cap. Yes, ma'am. Our students are really great. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wind up the session, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes.